Hello and welcome back to the Midwest Mainline. We are staring at our big boy. He is being loaded up, slowly but surely. I mean, we've only just kicked in, there it goes. We've only just kicked in our production of grain, and he's going to be waiting here just a little bit, where we'll be paying only 40% of the maintenance. I had to think there, is it 40 or is it 60? I think it's 40. We're going with 40. You save 60%. What we got planned today is about monitoring our network and possibly putting into action the shuttle is what we're going to try first between Minneapolis and Grand Rapids, providing that we've still got a passenger problem, because that's got to get up to speed again thanks to our engineering issue in the previous episode. But I thought we'd spend a bit of time checking on our cities and seeing if we can do anything to increase production or at least optimize some of our lines. We do have new freight wagons as well. Should we bring up the UI? There we go. How is this little what would it be called? I don't know. Haulage run. We're just kind of, it's like the local factory, isn't it, where it takes it to the loading area. Need some like little forklifts running around from the grain farm with these. Oh, there's some horses over there. Not distracted. Are they animated? They are animated. Well, let's have a horse show. No, let's not. Let's go over here and check on the grain. What is the frequency? Let's only see what we can see. We're going to need another truck, aren't we? Because that's probably running at its maximum right now. We won't know what the big boy's going to do just yet. We're going to have to ride up with him on the Hibbing climb. But I feel like we need another truck, and we could possibly make them wait as well once we get the third one on there. So if we manage this line, and Bloomington West, I'm going to guess that's what these is called. We should rename them, shouldn't we? Bloomington Farm would just be better. It's easier. You kind of know what you're doing when you go to the line then. Yeah, Bloomington Farm. This is it'll be Bloomington Farm Freight, wouldn't it? Ignore it. It's fine. Let's add another vehicle on there, because this isn't going to keep up by the looks of things. Is it changing any? Oh, it is increasing. I tell you what then, we'll check back, because we've got quite a bit on here. I mean, just eyeballing it doesn't look like we're keeping up. You got 34 on there. Yeah, we're going to need another one of these, aren't we? I mean, we could have smaller trucks, 3 smaller trucks, if we overdo it with 3. That's an idea, right? You don't need the biggest and the best for all lines. Do you know what? We'll lob another one on. Oh, now you can see everything. Oh, it's so close though. We need that to read 200 to match this. I think I'd rather overdo it, because we're going to be heading up the line, aren't we? Yeah, let's overdo it. Manage that vehicle. Will you go out of that depot? Let's play the depot lottery first. That's great. All trucks will probably come out of there now. We have them waiting. How much have you got to go? Still a long way. Let's go and check down here. One thing I have noticed looking at this, especially when I go back and do the editing, is one of the things that is delaying these trains is our regular freight service that heads up from here. There he goes now. When he's coming this way, he's sitting on the fast line, and he's not the fastest of trains, is he? He makes us a lot of money though, so I'm completely happy with him. What we should do, I think, is push him off and make a 4th track. Considering this is pretty much the main line, as it were, we could do that. Oh, that light's faulty. This is how I play this when I see these. I think it's a bug, but it's kind of like a faulty light. I don't know why we've got that signal up there anymore. Get rid of that. We need those, don't we? Yeah, I mean, they can stay there, but that other one is not necessary. Get rid of this and this. Pause it a second. Get rid of that and that. We don't need these anymore. We can still put the signal back in. We can also not have catenary on. Catenary, whichever you like. Dealer's choice. That's mine, isn't it? So it's catenary. Oh, that was fortunate. I just realised we were going over our grain track there. I do like the way you can sort of build the track and it just sit there with a buffer into nowhere. We're on a buffer to nowhere. Come on inside. Anyway, we can connect up to this that we left here. And we'll scoot past that. We're going to need another line, aren't we? To have our grain train cross over. I do like this because we do have a lot of trains running down here. Well, not a lot of trains. They're just very frequent, aren't they? They're relaying backwards and forwards. So it's enough to slow down our passenger trains, which I have seen them doing. And we're going to have to redo the junction at Grand Rapids, but that's okay. We're probably going to have to redo it again anyway. I would like to come in somewhere. Do we want to come in there? Or should we just, like, head straight across? Heading straight... Ooh. No? You don't want to do that? Oh, I see. Well, we might be able to... Can we zoom right in? It almost wants to do it, doesn't it? We're going to have to delete the whole thing here, I think. That's fine. We can redo it. Doesn't matter. Let's rebuild that section then. Up to there. Lovely. Ooh. Now, our pass... No, we're going to keep an eye on them. Actually, we don't need to keep an eye on them, do we? Because we've already got a problem. And they're all going to Grand Rapids, are they? Most of them? 202, yeah. So the idea in the comments was to have the shuttle running from Grand Rapids to Minneapolis. I don't know why I pointed here for Grand Rapids, but to Minneapolis to Grand Rapids, which what we could do is cancel this service, or it wouldn't be cancelling, would it? Is that called the Twin Cities as well? It is, isn't it? Yes, it is. We could rework this service to run between the two. We could even put the Alco on instead of the Zephyr. Or if we run the Zephyr, one option would be for it to run along the freight line and not interfere. Ooh, there's an idea. We're going to have to refinagle this again, unfortunately. Right, let's get prepared, because I do want it off the main line. But if we put this and give us options either way, that should do us, shouldn't it? That should absolutely do us. We don't need that. That's pointless. In fact, you no longer need that. And what's going on there? Oh, we broke that one. Probably because it was guarding a crossover, wasn't it? Let's swing this in then, because this is going to be our direct service. Ooh, or are we putting it on the slow line? When I'm not sure now, guys. If we put it on the slow line, then it would be crossing over like so. It doesn't need to be overly quick, does it? 50? Something like that. Yes, we could do it like that. Now this has to go straight across and into there. Is that pretty quick? Yeah, no slowdown whatsoever. I love it. And connect there. All right, it's interesting, which means we can have this then connect into there and have like a little shuttle service heading backwards and forwards between the two cities. Do we like that idea? I sort of like that idea. I don't know how well it's going to work. It seems to be working quite nicely so far. This signal should not be there. We're going to need a two-way signal here. We're going to fix that one. Let's get us some fresh signals in that actually work. This can be one-way now, just there. And this one needs to be two-way. Otherwise, we're going to have all sorts of problems. This is definitely one-way coming up into this massive junction that we're building. It might get even crazier depending on what we do next. Or throughout the series, I should say. Okay, we've already got that one. It's this one you need. And are we good? Yeah, we've got clearing signals up there. Will that get us about everything? And then we can repurpose the... Because we are absolutely saturated, aren't we? With Minneapolis to Bloomington. That's overdoing it is an understatement. What we need to do is not do that, because I mean it is making us money, which is nice, barely, but what it could do is feed more people into the Midwest Mainline from Bloomington. I mean, the most of them are going there. If we scroll out a little bit, Scroll out, slide out. Oh, we can see our train over there in the distance, picking up grain. So if we look at the numbers on there, there's 16 people out of these 31. Remember, Bloomington's currently our smallest city. I'm going to have to double check that. 16 are going to skip Minneapolis. And by skip, I mean they're going to be sat there taking up seats when it goes to pick up all the people. 7 are going direct, so that frees up at least 7 seats. Another 8 are staying to go all the way to Hibbing, which means they're going to be on board for Grand Rapids as well. What the little shuttle service that we're thinking about doing will do is if we hover over this number, there are a lot that are going directly to Grand Rapids, which is just a stop. And there are 88 that are going to stay on board. So that's why my original idea was to have a service from Bloomington to Grand Rapids and a service from Hibbing to Minneapolis, or a direct express service from Bloomington to Hibbing. The only problem I have with the Bloomington to Hibbing at the moment is we have to work on Bloomington and get it a bit bigger for that to be profitable. Although it would kind of be exciting to do that, as it will be a direct link. Anyway, what are we doing? We can't just sit here. Yes, we've got all the signaling required. We should wait. Where is our Zephyr? Is that you? That's you, isn't it? We are going to need some extra junction work up here for a shuttle. If we're going to keep it on the freight line, which we could come in here. We don't want to do a double slip switch. It'll be far too slow for what we want to do. I mean, ideally, you would want to go straight across, right? That would seem like... If we could get it to go somewhere like that, we'd have to get rid of that signal. I like that better, because then we've got it like a slow passenger service coming up to... We're going to have to do a thing here, aren't we? But that's fine. Well, we don't need this anymore, do we? Do we like this idea, the slow passenger service? I kind of do. We can also branch off onto here. That would be kind of nice. Could we get it at a decent speed? Like something like that. It's 53. I don't know what sort of speed you're going to be doing. If we move that signal, we can probably get it a little bit quicker. Like that. 60 should be enough. And then we're heading and joining in here. It might get a bit messy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll keep that one way. We're going to need a one-way signal here. I'm hoping if we're just having shuttle services that we can have a shortish passenger train. It depends on the demand. We might need to rework that, but we're only holding up the freight. I say only, it's a big money earner freight, isn't it? We don't really want to be delaying them too much. We are going to need a light just here, a signal. Hopefully that works. Beautiful. Yeah, I think we're in. I think that'll... No, you're not. What are you not done? We don't have anything going on here. Otherwise you'll be pulling into the main station, wouldn't you? We could do something with buildings down there as well. But we've got to come across. I think that will do us for now. And... Ooh, how do we do this? We need to get right across there. Ideally, we could have gone the other side, but that would be very tricky. Well, we're not crossing over one way, are we? This actually is going to be fairly simple, he says. Because we can go this way and connect up there. That's fine. This is like the local line, the local people. Get that in there. And then we have a crossover just here. If we can pick up a little bit of speed, it would be lovely. 50? I'll take 50 because that signal isn't really required. We can have it just here before the crossing. In fact, we can have it on both sides. Yeah, let's put it on both sides. One there. One there. Beautiful. And it's not broken. Even better. And we'll have one just here, level with a switch. And one just there, which is two-way. Not really required, as I say, but I like them to edge up. Hibbing grain freight. I've messed you up. How? How have I... Oh, yes. Yeah, I think coming direct across will be just perfect for us. We're not going to have anything too silly going on. Let's modify this a little bit. If we can get a 50 mile an hour across there, that's beautiful. You get in there. There you go. Now you're happy. Our train loves us again. This wants to be one way. You're in there. Everybody's happy. We got rid of all the problems. In fact, turning off now is much quicker. So it should get its... what's going on there? We've got random signals left from the old days, which are now gone. Get rid of those. There we go. We can have them here instead, which is a little more like halfway. Oh, let's play it now. We can play it now. Where do we want these? Here. Play one way, yes. There, there, and there. You are wonderful. There's our bridge. How's our grain train, our big boy? Oh, because I had it paused, so not much has happened. How are we doing on the grain, though? And what is our rate now? Hopefully that will settle down to 200, which it should do. Our trucks that are waiting shouldn't have too much of a problem. We need to wait for this guy to drop off his passengers. You come into there. We're going to stop him and cancel this line. Everybody waiting at the platforms, I'm afraid it was a waste of time. We're going to pause it and then... Gotcha. Wow, there's one person that jumped on. You were quick. He dived on there, didn't he? No messing. Right, you don't want to be on that line anymore. What you want to be on is this new line. So we're going to create that new line from here. Well, actually, do you know what we could do? Forget that. Not a new line. Get rid of that. Because we are technically going from Bloomington anyway to Minneapolis. Oh yeah, we don't want to be going from Bloomington. Get rid of Bloomington. Then we'll add Grand Rapids wherever you are. There you are. And have you chosen the fancy... You have chosen the fancy platform that we made for you. And you have over here too. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at you go. Oh, I'm impressed, guys. Right, and then he should just make his way onto the new line. He won't at the moment. We're going to have to probably spin him around. If we stop and start him, he should go. Flip round. There we go. Because he can get across here, which is why I'm leaving all this in case we want to do some changes. We're probably going to do some very big changes for this at some point and have through tracks. We'll see how that helps the passengers and if they want to use them. I do want to check on this line. Now, you see, we're hitting 200 barrels already. Oh, you're on the way back. You're on the way back. Possibly okay, then. We could try that idea I had. Let's just look at the lines we want. I mean, it's only doing 114 at the moment. That's not good, is it? I think what I'd like to do is sell this train. I know it's making us a fortune. It's not. Sometimes it's not making as much. Let's compare that to Hibbing Fuel Freight. Yeah, you're the bigger money earner and you don't cost as much either. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yes. Alright, change your plans, guys. I know it's a good idea to have this. However, what we should do is have two trains running and then it's a little bit more fluid, isn't it? So we'll get rid of him. While he's still worth something, are you worth something? Details, down here. Value. Yeah, look, we'll get 12 million back. That's brilliant. 12 million back. Thank you. We're not having you on there anymore. Now, if we delete this line, Hibbing, is it that one? Don't delete that one. Ooh, what we could do though is manage vehicles, duplicate you, clone all vehicles. Yes, there's only one. There we go. I almost said beautiful again. I'm getting carried away by saying beautiful. Like this pallet truck. Beautiful. Just don't. Right. This crew chunk, we don't want it anymore. We're going to get rid of that line. It might take a while because we're wasting all this. Oh, are you shifting that across? What's going on there? I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. They're sending it to here, aren't they? Now that is interesting. I did wonder about that. If you stopped serving a line but left the line in, will they keep dropping it on the platform? But what it's looking like is they're shifting it across to the other platform because it goes up rapidly on the Hibbing Fuel Freight when it dumps it from the... It's shifting it across. Oh, that's wonderful, guys. Well done, Urban. I like that. That's a nice touch. So we'll just let that do that. Now, what is that going to do for our frequency? We need to get this up to 400, but that is 400 per station. It might not happen. We'll see. One thing we could do now is change the tankers on the back. I should have done that before I duplicate them. Never mind. Where are you going? Oh yes, you're going to head up to there. Where's our other one? Typical. You're right there. Ooh. Oh, I wish you would have took the that lane. It's too late now. He's gone. You can't just change your mind when he's going through a junction. He's going to do his thing. He's going to do his thing. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that they're bunched up. How many people? 108 coming from Hibbing. Oh, look at Hibbing up there on the hill. Hibbing on the hill. I like that. A bit British. Now, we have 27 people. 28. People are waiting. I would imagine they're not going to shift platforms, are they? Or are they? No, they just got on board. I got excited, thinking they were going to go over here. But they're not. Oh, that's a shame. It's fine, though. They're starting to queue up for this line. I don't mind it heading on through. We probably don't need this train at all. We could probably have something a little bit slower. But this is sort of works for us, doesn't it? We'll see how it goes, and if it's got too many people, we'll swap it around. I don't think it's going to help us. People still wanting to go direct to Grand Rapids, although it is less. Right, we'll leave that over there doing that. And what we need to worry about is the timing, guys. The timing. How's this going to handle our line? Should we have a little bit of a cab ride on this one? If we go there, we're sat under the bell. There it is. We've got the railing. Come on. I can hear a truck pulling up. Yeah, stick it on. We're off, guys. What I'm really hoping for is that this train manages the Hibbing climb. We can do up to 75. That's the fastest our new wagons will go. Please don't stay red. That's not working as intended. If it did, there we go. Ooh, what I'd love for distance signals and like yellows and things, where your network doesn't pull up to a signal and just stop. It would slow down and give the train in front a chance to like pull away. That would be so fluid. Probably tricky to program for, but it would be lovely. And it would look cool, wouldn't it? Seeing different aspects up there, like yellows, double yellows, and however it works around the world. I guess that's the thing. I would say it's possible. It might be a bit of a drain on the CPU. What you would need is the signal to know what the next signal is doing. So that would take some reworking, I would imagine. Oh, have you noticed we don't have any grass around here in between the track, but then we do as we come up towards this bit. I do like the cutting. We could maybe detail that a little bit. I'm glad you guys like the cab rides. I spend a long time doing this. We'd have to name these junctions, wouldn't we? This is the junction where we're having planks coming down. We're going to go under the highway. So far, it's very smooth. Probably some needless changes in height. Possibly. I don't know. Oh, I got autosave on. Do you know, every time I go to record this, I'm like, Gran, turn off the autosave. Never do. That's another grain train. Why are we both heading up there at the same time? That won't last, though. I don't like the floaty rocks. That's a bit weird. We probably need to deal with those a little bit. But we don't. It makes no difference. We're now going under the main line. We've got a bit of a tight turn, but we're still holding 75. The gradient change is not too aggressive. We're still holding it. I'm hoping we keep enough speed up the climb. Although this is awkward. Because our other grain train is right there. I mean, it's great. It's actually kind of awesome, isn't it? Depends whether we're going to get held up by the fuel trains that are up. Oh, what's that? That's a weird up and downy bit, isn't it? I mean, I guess I'll take it. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to get clearance, I think, because we're faster. I would like to sort that out. I don't really like the way the gradient changes there, although it's probably accurate. I mean, if you can avoid adding to the land around you, then I blanked, guys. I blanked. Yeah, if you could afford to not terraform or like pile it on stones and concrete, then you would save money. Okay, we've got to slow down for the junction because it was 50 that we're working with. So 50's okay. It's a little unfortunate. I don't know whether we could increase the speed of that junction. It would be nice, thinking about it, because we scrubbed off, what, 25 miles an hour? I do hope this compression turns out okay. I really do. I wonder what that signal was then, but that's the little access track from the depot. Okay, our back end has cleared the switch probably a while ago. Now we've got the Hibbing climb. How are we gonna do? I'm gonna fast forward us a little bit up the hill. Now we're going. Yeah, you're struggling. 56. There goes our passenger train on the Midwest Mainline. Yeah, you're struggling, aren't you? But you're still doing more than the old grain train. I feel like we need to maintain speed a little better coming up here, because we could be doing 75 up here. Let's just fast forward us through the tunnel. Still only doing 56. Yeah, you are struggling. 56, 56. Oh, how's that for timing? It's beautiful. So we're probably not gonna do too well up here, are we? Are we gonna cut off too much speed? No, we're not. All right, but the big thing is, how much is this gonna? Oh, got a new tram. How much is this gonna cost us? I mean, not cost us. How much is it gonna earn us? I feel like leaving it single track is fine. Single platform. There's our food truck. This should kick up production of this, because we've got the maximum amount coming in. It all depends whether this is timed right, because what we do want to do is actually bring in enough. Oh, what about the length? Are we going to need a bigger platform? No, we're good. We're good. We're clear. How much? Oh, I don't know, because I turned off the thing. A lot. It made us. He makes us 20.9 million per journey. And look at how much he doesn't use per year. Sat waiting in a station. That was because he was coming out the depot. And obviously we're paying for track time there. And we've also got to pay track time on the return leg because we're running empty. There's nothing we can really take. Like I said, we could go there. It's a bit out of the way. We'd go up there and then around. I think we'll do just fine as we are. This, I don't mind at all. That's absolutely fine. The timing is almost perfect, actually, because that's what he drops down to. So he's dropping in another 300. He takes 306. He's probably going to need more than that, which is a bit of a struggle for him. I don't know how we're going to deal with it. It could just mean he doesn't wait as long, because we are waiting a long time with this one. What I forgot was this. There we go. He's going to make us what? He's going to make us 12.2, and he makes 20. That's not much difference, really. Well, I guess it is, isn't it? That's your difference there. That's 12.2 and this is... and we do take a bit more as well. So it's not an exact science there. And how many do we have waiting for us? We have 158 here. And he takes 306, something like that. We might be alright. And we've maxed on this. This line rate should have sorted itself out and be bang on 200. We might be able to get away with it. No, do not do it. I was going to say we might be able to get away with just leaving it on here. However, that's just going to forever start dumping stuff, isn't it? Into the nether. What we need to do is just make sure that we're picking it up, because it's also going to be cheaper. Is that line making us money? It is. I mean, we're making money on this little journey here. Far too much money. I like it. Well, there's a little bit of gaming for you. If you want to game the game, as it were, and make as much money as possible. Not going to take any wood into here just yet. Biscuits. Alright, shall we check on how things are doing? Is this little trucking service... oh, do you know what I've not done with this? Manage line. You should be waiting at the transfer. Is this actually making us money, even though it wasn't the most efficient? It is. I mean, not much, but anything in the blue, as it is here, is good. Buses, I don't care that they lose money because they feed the money earners. Don't care about anything, actually, up in this range being public transport. That's nice. That looks impressive. These look like commercial. Yeah, they are. Residential, commercial. Definitely got a bit of a downtown going on. No one's waiting at the bus stops. We're keeping everything moving. We do have the new trams that we could take a look at before the end of the episode. Should we do them here? Manage vehicles. Let's stick the new ones on. If they're worth... well, just do it anyway. You want to see the new trams, don't you? Right, replace all vehicles. We've got these ones now. The Torontos. Replacing the Pittsburghs. They carry less. But then no one's waiting. Oh, but they're much quicker at picking up speed. And less emissions. I'll take that. Get on. How do they look? Ooh, there he goes. They're kind of nice, aren't they? I like these. Look at them doors. Hibbing Metro. That's a beautiful tram. I like the little slide it does into the platforms here. Oh, isn't that wonderful? There we go. You should zip away quite speedy, shouldn't you? Go on. What a beautiful view that is. Oh, what's that? He was a bit excessive on the brakes there. There he goes. A little red light on the back. We've got our passenger service. Seems to be doing okay. We've got 73 people on board. How is this station doing? They are spreading out and it isn't blue anymore, meaning that people are being vaporized. I'm sure that's not what's happening. Is that our... well, we can tell our grain trains apart, can't we? Because the other one has a load of different coloured wagons on the back. Then we got our fuel train, which has 84 fuel on. I would like to just check on the finances for this. Is that helping? That's helping that line. No end. That's the way to do it, guys. That's what I'm going with. We're not keeping up with this though, but then we have them bunched up at the moment. Get the little eye symbol on. We are doing 421 and we need to be doing 400. So yes, once this sorts itself out, we should be good. We have nothing going there. Where's our other fuel train? It's probably still bunched up, or is he off down the hill? Up the hill. There he is. He's off up the hill. He's got nearly a... no, that's not a full load, is it? Because it's just not changed these. But he has got nearly the top score in darts. There you go. 180. What on earth are you talking about, Grand? Right. So there we go. We've tidied a few things up. There are some other things I want to take a look at. How are we doing here? Poor. That might be because of the condition of our trams. However, we can replace these now, can't we? It might sort our emissions out some noise pollution out a little bit. Get these ones on. And we'll colour these ones, see how they look coloured. There we go. How do you look now in blue? I do like them in blue. Yeah, no, I'll take that. I mean, they carry less people. Luckily, it didn't have more than 18 on. I don't think we're at the point of caring, though, at the moment. We need to check on how that does for us. Also, these. What sort of condition are these guys in? Is there an overview? Details. Here we go. Condition's currently good. Yeah, they've only just been replaced, haven't they? I would like to get that up. I wonder what's causing the noise. It's probably the trams. We could maybe get a bus service there as well. That's just going to create more noise, unfortunately. But, oh, our money. We're not shy on money, are we? We can afford to do lots of things. Yes, you want the layer. Emissions layer. Let's see. Well, I mean, nothing should be that noisy, really. The average. Well, maybe. No, you're doing fine. I would say that's okay. The problem is we've got a few residences that have cropped up near the station in the really noisy stuff. If we get rid of those, I mean, they're just little houses. We don't care. I mean, we are politely asking them to move out. We're not just bulldozing them. We might be bulldozing them a little bit. You as well. Could you go live somewhere else? There we go. Didn't need to delete them. There we go. There we go. Down to mediocre. The problem was we had a couple of residents that decided to move in right next to the train station. And I don't want them living there. See, the trams themselves are fine. They're not really causing much noise. But if you get near this whole train situation that we got going on, it's super noisy. If you look there, as they go past, yes, but it doesn't matter because it was based on average, this figure here. Mediocre's good. There we go. We just tweaked it a little bit. All you need to worry about. We could probably keep the maintenance on mediocre as well, or even high. Good night. We got another new train. That's the New Haven EP5. Costs 11.5 million. Is that another? That's kind of an express train, surely. Right, electric train? Passenger train? It would be nice to haul these, but... Oh, do we want to say goodbye to these already? They're looking a bit beaten up. I mean, they've been here for a few years, haven't they? They're making good money, though, and this is kind of working. Considering we've only got one train doing that backwards and forwards, would another train encourage them to use it even further? Oh, I clicked on a person. No, they might just start using it. We could maybe have a couple of trains doing it. I feel like having a little Alco run it, just to have a look at them. What are you running on? Well, you're running on the passenger line. I didn't want you to run on there because I didn't do the waypoints, did I? Right, let's sort the waypoints out for this. Manage a line. After Grand Rapids, I want you to go that way, please, with the freight. Could not connect all stations. Oh, you probably can't, can you, up here? No, you can't. You can't get over there. Oh, what would that be like as a double slip switch? I mean, it'll fix it, but I don't know what the speed will be like. I don't want that to slow down too much. Now let's check. Let's see, 34 miles an hour. Surely there's a better way. No. I would like to see if we can come off here into that. No, you can't do that, can you? Oh, that's awkward. We could... Hang on, I've got an idea. We could do something like this. Oh no, don't delete everything. What are you doing? There we go. We could come out here into there, please. Come on. You can do it. We need to go straight across. Am I doing this wrong? Quick, pause it before we break the entire network. That would be the best thing to do, wouldn't it, to end the episode? Just break the lot. Come on, you can come up here. Just there. Almost. What sort of speed are you doing? I mean, decent, right? We go there, and we slot into here. Probably, if we if we delete these signals, I think we can go straight across like that. Oh, you can't. It's probably too tight, isn't it? Of an angle. You'd have to do something. Oh, that we can do. That we can do. Take that back. Now can we slide in? Go on. Oh, look at you. I mean, it's a bit of a crazy junction, but it does allow our train to get over there. And except now you have no way to get over. Oh, now that you're on that line. So we need one there, one there. Yeah, because you're currently on the passenger line, which means you're not going to be able to get across for now. However, if we temporarily have this as a double slip switch, just for now, so he can scoot up there, it does slow our trains down, unfortunately. Both lines, I believe, will be running at 35 when they hit this. So that's unfortunate. I'm not sure, though. It might just be when they're going that way. Right, let's make sure he can do that. You're doing 60 now. That's nice. You're doing 60? You've got 60 people waiting. Ooh, we need to update these signals. Let's do that. Yeah, I know there's a train coming, but it's fine. We need 4 signals on here. You've done none of the blocking. One there, one there, one there. And yes, I've done none of the blocking. Let's get you in there. And we need one there. And here. Oh, I've been a bit lazy with the signalling. Not there, you haven't. Good job. There. You're going to need another one just here. I've been a little bit lazy. Oh, that's wonky. Ignore that. Just pretend that doesn't exist. It slipped at the last second. Right. You still got old signals on the bridge. We'll leave them for now. I just want to get the signals in. That was super lazy of me. Especially now that we've got a mixed passenger service going on. Let's change that one. We'll update one. There we go. One there. Perfect. You're in. That's better. You silly sausage. That wouldn't have helped. Oh, you're in. You found your way. Now we can get rid of this double slip switch. Just get rid of it. Okay. How many people are you taking? 52 or 52? We might need 2 trains. Or we can run with the Alco. I'll leave that up to you guys. Do you think we should run with the Alco on there? I do. It's time to say goodbye to the Twin Cities Zephyr. It might even be time to electrify the track. I'm not too keen on that. Was it ever electrified down here? If it wasn't, then we won't. And we'll try and make do with non-electric trains. You're off to make us a boatload of money. Or a train load. Yes. Get up there. Ignore this number because it's the last 12 months. So you don't really pay attention to it. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. It's the last 12 months. And obviously they're sat there longer than a year. So it doesn't make sense if it's like that. I think you cleared the platform though. We're good. Guys, I'll leave you. Should we go with the junctions? Sat down at a junction today. We've had a big old cab ride. Maybe we could sit here, possibly, like on the slopey bit and see the signals. That looks nice, doesn't it? Very picturesque. Right, I'm going to hide the UI. That has been episode 16. I hope you've all had a good New Year celebration. I think it's the New Year's by the time you see this. And I hope you have a great new decade. It's a new decade too, isn't it? New decade, new year. Hope you have a good one, guys. And I'll leave you with a little bit of video of this junction going dead quiet. That's typical. So, until next time, take care.